Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is that time of the year where schools are looking for teachers to start for the new year. So I'm making this video to show you how much it could cost you to move to Korea, some things you might need to pay for in order to be comfortable in your apartment, and what you should expect to be coming out of your paycheck. All right, so first I'm gonna talk about is like the mandatory deductions, what's definitely coming out of your paycheck here. Depending on how much you get paid, one thing that's gonna come out of your paycheck is your pension. Pension is about, you pay 4.4% of like your entire salary, and that's gonna go to the government. You do end up getting that back at the end of your contract when you decide to leave. They'll send it back to you, or you can collect it at the airport. Another thing that's going to be deducted out of your paycheck is your health insurance, your universal health care. That's going to allow you to go to the ER or any of these internal medicine places and pay like literally like a cup of coffee just to go to the doctors. You're also going to pay income tax and I think like a local tax, like two different taxes, but it's like super cheap. I believe it's like 3.3% of your pay. It's very low. It's much lower than America. Right, so those are going to be the mandatory deductions, right? So these things that I'm going to list next are going to be your variable costs. You don't have to buy them, but you possibly could buy them. It's optional. Now, I remember when I first got to Korea, my recruiter didn't tell me, but my boss told me that my recruiter should have told me that I should bring about 1 million won. I would say bring 2 million won because you're not going to get paid your first month. You're going to get paid like the next month. So I would bring like 2 million and a credit card. All right, now when moving into your new apartment, you know, you're going to need to put food in there. You're going to need cleaning supplies, a lot of different variables, you know, maybe, you know, a multi-tap for the outlets, bed sheet, broom, a mop. You need soap, or you can come with those things. If, you know, you put that in your luggage bag, you know, shampoo, you need all those things. I would say, well, you know what? I'm going to tell you exactly how much I spent moving into this apartment because it's kind of like the same thing. I was staying with my friends, so I had to get rid of a lot of stuff, and then I had to buy some stuff new. So when I moved in this particular apartment, I paid 434,950 won. I believe that's the total. Yes, that's exactly how much I paid, and that was for cleaning supplies, a broom, a mop, detergent. I also bought this TV stand that's standing right here. And if you go take a look at my room tour, you can see my TV stand, my desk, and a lot of other things that I purchased. Also bought new curtains, because the curtains they had here, they had like SpaghettiO stains or something. You had to buy a lot of little things to make sure your place is clean and like you're comfortable. So I had to buy a few more things. Like one of my biggest purchases, did I say that right? I'm an English teacher. Am I saying it right? One of my biggest and best purchases, my favorite purchase, was when I purchased my mini dryer. I believe it cost me 302,000 won, 302,000 won, and I needed that. In Korea, a lot of people don't have dryers in their apartment, so they hang dry their clothes. And when you hang dry your clothes, it's gonna be hard, they can be crunchy, and I dealt with that for 2 years. I did not want to deal with that again. There are some people that just be coming to work, they be smelling real hang dry-ish. I would invest in it. You get to dry your clothes are gonna be dry within 2 hours. Fold them up, they nice and soft, put them away. And if you don't want it, there's an app called Carrot. You can literally sell it. I've already had my TV for a while, but I will say, if you're someone who likes to watch TV, I would buy a TV. I need to remember, I don't remember exactly how much. I'm gonna put the screenshot here, but I paid between 350 to 400,000 for my TV. The last big purchase that I've made here was my bed. I don't know if you've seen my apartment tour, but my apartment tour, it had this twin size. It was like a box spring and a mattress and a one. And that was like, nah, bruh. I purchased a bed, and the bed cost me 319,000 won. And it is a twin, they call it, the twins they call singles. This twin XL, they call that a super single. So it's wider, it's longer too. Now, I will say in the 3 apartments that I had previously, they had quality beds. But I purchased a mattress pad because all 3 of those beds were used by previous people. But those are like my my variable costs, you know, things that I need in order to be comfortable in my own home. Now, some teachers, I actually learned this year, some teachers believe that when they move into an apartment, they're not going to pay any bills. Wrong. The only bill that is questionable inside of your apartment is the internet. Sometimes internet is included in the cost of rent. But if you don't have your internet included in the cost of rent, the school can help you get internet for your apartment, but they're going to use your ARC, so the internet is going to be in your name and not the school's name. My building, they have, I guess, like a contract or some partnership, I don't know, with SKT and KT. I end up paying 17,700 won for internet a month. When it comes down to your cell phone bill, I have SKT. I pay 100 gigabytes of internet, and I'm on a contract with them, so that costs me around 51,000 a month. What's that, like 35 bucks a month? That's 100 gigabytes of internet, unlimited talk and text. This next part, honestly, it's different for everywhere you go. Some buildings, like this building here, is completely electric. Some buildings, they are gas and electric. So if you're one of those buildings where the stove is a gas stove, you are going to end up paying a gas bill. I've been in one of those buildings before. Gas is cheap here. Like, I was only paying about 7,000 won a month. But then I did have to pay my electric part too, which electric and water, which they put together, which I ended up paying around like 90,000 won. This particular building right here, it is completely electric. That looks like it's going to run me about 240,000 won a month. That includes if this building has gas, electric, and water. So for this particular apartment here, I pay 257,000 in expenses that I have to pay. My school does not pay it. When it comes down to rent, I do not pay the rent. This is a school provided apartment. Outside of that, I don't believe you'll have any other expenses unless you get a credit card in South Korea, which, oh, the gym. I do also have a gym membership. Now, I went to a gym that was like brand new, newly opened in late September. I ended up paying 345,000 won, but that is all the expenses that I think that you may occur moving here to South Korea. If you are moving here, if you're in the interview process or you're looking for schools, good luck. Make sure you ask many questions. If you need help when coming up with some questions, I do have some old videos that you can look through. If you look through my channel, I have about like 15, maybe up to 20 questions that you can ask your employers. They're completely respectful. They understand when you ask these questions. I would not lead you wrong. I also have some tips here on like looking for your own apartment. Maybe you don't want to take a school provided apartment. You want to go find your own. Go ahead and check out those videos as well. Thank you guys so much for your support. If you are new to the channel, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I will see you guys next week in a new video.